Daniel Fanego. Another new video, welcome back. He died on September 19, 2024, at the age of 69. Died due to cancer. His birth date is March 30, 1955. He was an Argentine film, theater, and television actor. He was best known for The Angel, 2018, I Will Resist, 2003, and Everybody Has a Plan, 2012. He made his acting debut in 1978 in the play Mrs. Rosita, the Spinster. He continued with The Silent Woman and Pygmalion. On television he is known for The Night of the Golden Answers, The Great Challenge, The Unloved, Sonata of Jealousy, and the leading role in Romeo and Juliet. In cinema, his best-known roles are in The Creole Faust and From the Abyss. Roger Palm. He died on September 21, 2024, at the age of 75. He was born March 31, 1949. He was a Swedish musician who was frequently employed as a studio musician, and recorded records with among others ABBA and Ted Gärdestad. He started working together with Björn Ulvaeus and Benny Andersson in 1970, and appears on ABBA's Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia, Take a Chance on Me and Thank You for the Music. He started playing guitar at age 12, and 2 years later got his first snare drum. He carved his first drumsticks himself from garden waste. His first band, the Sky Men, was a local guitar band and then a dance orchestra in Oding. Roger Palm moved to Stockholm in 1966 and started playing with the musician Hans-Erik Naas. Since 1976 he worked as a freelance musician. Mercury Morris. He has died at the age of 77, the team announced on Sunday. He died on September 21, 2024. No cause of death was given. His birth date is January 5, 1947. He was an American professional football player known for his roles as a running back and kick returner. Over his 8-year career, he mainly played for the Miami Dolphins, starting in the American Football League in 1969 and continuing in the American Football Conference after the merger with the National Football League in 1970. Morris participated in 3 Super Bowls, securing 2 victories, and earned selections to 3 Pro Bowls. In 1982, Morris was convicted on felony drug trafficking charges. He served 3.5 years in prison before being released under a plea agreement, in which he pleaded no contest to charges related to cocaine conspiracy. In his record-setting year of 1968, Morris set collegiate records for rushing yards in a single game, with 340, rushing yards for a single season with 1,571, and rushing yards over a 3-year college career, with 3,388. In 1974, Morris appeared as Bookie Garrett in the blaxploitation film The Black Six, sharing the screen with other prominent football players of the era. By 1973, Morris had taken over the starting halfback spot and rushed for 954 yards on 149 carries, despite playing with a neck injury late in the season. Katherine Crosby. She died of natural causes on September 20th, at her home in the Northern California city of Hillsborough, a family spokesperson said Saturday. She was 90 years. She was born November 25, 1933. She was an American actress and singer who appeared in films using the stage names Katherine Grant and Katherine Grandstaff. Katherine's film career started in 1953, with notable roles including Princess Parisa in The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, 1958, and a part in the courtroom drama Anatomy of a Murder, 1959. She portrayed Mama Bear alongside her husband and children in Goldilocks and starred with Jack Lemmon in the comedy Operation Mad Ball, 1957, as well as with Tony Curtis in the drama Mr. Corey, 1957, and as a trapeze artist in The Big Circus, 1959. However, she largely stepped back from acting by the 1960s. Crosby made a guest appearance on her husband's 1964 sitcom, The Bing Crosby Show. In the mid-1970s, she hosted The Katherine Crosby Show, a 30-minute local talk program on KPX-TV in San Francisco, where her husband Bing would occasionally make guest appearances. Following Bing Crosby's passing in 1977, she accepted a few minor roles and starred in the short-lived Broadway musical State Fair in 1996. From 1985 to 2001, Crosby hosted the Crosby National Golf Tournament at Bermuda Run Country Club in Bermuda Run, North Carolina. On November 4, 2010, Crosby was seriously injured in an automobile accident in the Sierra Nevada that killed her second husband, 85-year-old Maurice William Sullivan, whom she had married in 2000. Al McCoy died on September 21, 2024. It was announced that McCoy had died at the age of 91, cause of death has not been announced. His birth date is April 26, 1933. He was an American sportscaster who served as the play-by-play announcer for the Phoenix Suns and the National Basketball Association from 1972 until 2023. The 2022-23 NBA season marked his 51st and final year in the role, making him the longest-tenured broadcaster in NBA history. McCoy is a Kurt Gowdy Media Award winner and a member of the Phoenix Suns Ring of Honor. Despite these accolades, the Arizona Republic would later detail the circumstances leading to his forced displacement to the back of the Suns arena upon his final season, after 50 previous seasons on the floor next to the Suns players' bench in a courtside spot once named the best seat in the house in his own Ring of Honor speech. The Arizona Republic also published a photo gallery showing 90-year-old Al McCoy walking up the long flights of concrete steps to the higher arena location Suns personnel moved him to finish his career. In 1945, he attended the World Series between the Chicago Cubs and Detroit Tigers. In the fall of 1948, he attended his first National Basketball Association. At the age of 14, he began playing jazz piano in a variety of local and touring small piece and big bands at local area dances in the Midwest Territory for extra income. Paula Mela. She died on September 21, at the age of 61. Died due to cancer. She was born February 16, 1963. She was an Italian architect and television presenter. She started her career as a real estate agent, working for a company that managed property subdivisions. After a few years, the company faced some challenges, leading her to co-found a new company in 1993 with the sales director from her previous group. In 2006 she became one of the first television faces of the newly formed Real Time, first hosting the program I'm Desperately Looking for a House and continuing in 2009 with the program I'm Selling My House Desperately. In 2013 she was the presenter of two other real-time programs, Welcome Style and Shopping Night, Home Edition, the latter together with Max Viola. In 2016 she left Discovery to join Sky, where she began to host the program Paula's Advice in Heaven. From 2019 to 2022 she hosted The Keys Are Yours on the LA7 television network, while in 2019 she hosted the first edition of A Dream for Rent for Sky Uno, which was rebroadcast from 2021 to 2023. In 2023 she returned to collaborate on the Discovery HGTV television channel with the interior design program How I Would Like It. Benny Golson. He died at his home in Manhattan, New York, on September 21, 2024, at the age of 95. His birth date is January 25, 1929. He was an American bebop and hard bop jazz tenor saxophonist, composer, and arranger. He gained recognition primarily as a writer with the big bands of Lionel Hampton and Dizzy Gillespie before embarking on his solo career. Golson is well known for co-founding and co-leading the Jazztet with trumpeter Art Farmer in 1959. During the late 1960s and 1970s, he became a sought-after arranger for film and television, which led to a decline in his performing activities. However, he and Farmer reunited the Jazztet in 1982. Golson began learning the piano at age 9, then switched to the saxophone when he was 14. Golson made a cameo appearance in the 2004 film The Terminal, which connected to his earlier participation in A Great Day in Harlem, a famous group photograph featuring notable jazz musicians taken in 1958. In 1996, Golson received the NEA Jazz Masters Award of the National Endowment for the Arts. In October 2007, Golson received the Mellon Living Legend Legacy Award, presented by the Mid-Atlantic Arts Foundation at a ceremony at the Kennedy Center. In November 2009, Golson was inducted into the International Academy of Jazz Hall of Fame, during a performance at the University of Pittsburgh's annual jazz seminar and concert. Neil King Jr. He died from complications from esophageal cancer in Washington, D.C., on September 17, 2024. He was 65. He was born July 27, 1959. He was an American journalist and author who was part of the team that won the Pulitzer Prize for breaking news reporting in 2002. His debut book, American Ramble, A Walk of Memory and Renewal, was released by HarperCollins in 2023. King began his journalism career in 1990 as a stringer for the Great Falls Tribune in Washington, D.C., reporting on issues like land use disputes. In the early 1990s, he also contributed to the Tampa Tribune and later worked at the Prague Post in the Czech Republic. Eric Gilland. He was an American television producer, writer, actor, and whistler. He graduated from Glenbrook South High School in 1980 and from Northwestern University School of Communication in 1984. He was known for his work in the television industry, particularly for his contributions to various successful shows. He has a diverse career that spans multiple genres and formats. Gilland was a producer on this critically acclaimed television series, which aired from 1988 to 1993. The show, created by Neil Marlins and Carol Black, was a nostalgic look at growing up in the late 1960s and early 1970s. He was involved with this 1976 variety show, which was a spin-off of the popular 1970s sitcom, The Brady Bunch. He was born on March 1962. He died on September 1, 2024, at the age of 62, died due to colon cancer. Brian Truman. He was an English broadcaster, writer, and voice actor. He was known mainly for his work with the animation studio Cosgrove Hall. He wrote and/or narrated children's cartoon series, mostly during the 1970s and 1980s. He attended Stretford Grammar School and was 1 year at the University of Manchester. Truman's cartoons were originally shown on ITV, in its CITV programming slot. He was born on May 1932. Truman died following a short illness on September 1, 2024, at the age of 92. Teresa Bright. She was an American vocalist and musician of native Hawaiian music who played ukulele and guitar. Her music is popular in Japan as well as in Hawaii and the United States mainland. Much of her repertoire features lyrics in the Hawaiian language, but she had an extensive jazz and hapahaole repertoire as well. Bright attended the University of Hawaii and launched her music career in the 1980s as one half of Steve and Teresa, alongside Steve My Eye. Her first solo album was released in 1990. She received a Lifetime Achievement Award from Hawaii Academy of Recording Arts on December 6, 2020. Bright was popular in Japan, and some of her albums are not released outside of the country. Besides album sales, Bright also participated in Japanese advertising campaigns for Max Factor, Toyota, NTT Japan, Sapporo Beer, and Japan Airlines. She died on September 1, 2024, at the age of 64. Another death we showing, Ivan Gerlov. He passed away from complications related to a traumatic brain injury in Sofia on September 3, 2024, at the age of 81. He was born February 6, 1943. He was a Bulgarian journalist and television host. He graduated from Sofia University with a degree in journalism. In 1972, he began his career with BNT, hosting the show Panorama before being replaced by Boyko Vasilev. He also worked with Nova TV and BTV. From October 2013 to June 2014, Gerlov co-anchored TV7's program The Original alongside Elena Yancheva. Gerlov was married to Danka Stamboliska, a journalist with BNR, and together they had 2 children. Gerlov's contributions to Bulgarian journalism and television were widely recognized, and his work left a lasting impact on the industry. He provided extensive coverage of the Middle East conflict, demonstrating considerable empathy for the difficult circumstances faced by the Palestinians. Gerlov was a longtime anchor of Panorama, the weekly political talk show on Bulgarian national television. He joined the Panorama team 8 years after the show's inception, initially serving as deputy editor-in-chief and producer. He took over as host in 1979 and continued in that role until 2000. Crystals by Arthur Miller and A Certain Pity by Neil LaBute. Among her numerous accolades, she received the Talia Award in 1963, the Martin Fierro Awards in 1963, 1998, 2002, and 2010, and the Theatre Chroniclers Award in 1964. She was also honored with the Florencio Sanchez Award in 2007 and 2008, and in 2010, she was recognized by Fun TV, the Senate of the Nation, and the Argentine Actors Association for her career achievements. In 2011, she earned both the Diploma of Merit and the Konex Platinum Award. Additionally, she received the AC Award in 2007 and 2015, including the ACE de Oro. He also played Officer James Corrigan in the police drama T.J. Hooker, 1983 to 1986, and portrayed Vic Fontaine, a recurring character on Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, 1998. Darren aspired to be an actor and spent several years studying with Stella Adler in New York City. He also dabbled in singing from time to time, though he later remarked, "I wasn't really a singer. I was just a kid from Philly whose father would take him to bars and nightclubs where I'd get up and perform a couple of songs." He played supporting roles in 2 films directed by Phil Carlson, The Brothers Rico, 1957, a film noir in which he portrayed Richard Conte's brother, and Gunman's Walk, 1958, a western featuring Van Heflin and Tab Hunter. Additionally, he was second billed in The Tijuana Story, 1957, another film produced by Katzman, though his role in this film was relatively minor. He was born on June 8, 1936. Tim Bowden. He was born August 2, 1937. He died peacefully on September 1, 2024. At the age of 87 years. He was an Australian author, broadcaster, producer, and oral historian, known for his work across radio and television. Tim will be deeply missed by his family, friends, and colleagues. Known for his dedication to his loved ones, he embraced life wholeheartedly and was the center of any gathering, often delighting others with his sharp and sometimes irreverent stories. Tim enjoyed a remarkable career as a journalist and author, renowned for sharing significant stories and serving as a valuable mentor to those around him. Bowden's contributions span several notable roles, including hosting the Australian Broadcasting Corporation program Backchat in 1986, producing This Day Tonight during the 1970s, and establishing the ABC's Social History Unit. He also worked on productions such as Prisoners of War, Australians Under Nippon, and the 24-part series Master Time, the Australian involvement with Papua New Guinea. In the 1990s, he produced several significant documentaries focusing on Australian research in Antarctica. Tim Bowden's career as an ABC correspondent began in the 1950s, when as a teenager in Hobart, he would line up at a local cinema to watch Cinesound newsreels. During that era before television became widespread, newsreels were a major event. Reflecting on those early days, Bowden humorously compared the experience to staying late in a theater to enjoy some private time with a girlfriend. Bor Deic. Unfortunately, he died. At the end of August 2024, he was admitted to a hospital in Ljubljana due to acute exacerbation of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. He died from pneumonia on the morning of September 4, at the age of 71. He was born on November 1, 1952. He was a Serbian singer, songwriter, and poet, best known as the lead vocalist of the rock band Fish Soup. Celebrated for his poetic lyrics and distinctive husky baritone voice, he is regarded as one of the foremost and most influential figures in the Serbian rock scene. At the age of 13, he formed his first band, Hamelin, alongside Borko Ilic, lead guitar, Pravoslav Savic, rhythm guitar, and Aca Dimitrijevic, drums. Playing the bass guitar, the band's sound was influenced by the Zagreb-based beat group Roboti. 2 years later, he transitioned to playing rhythm guitar and began focusing on writing song lyrics and poetry. In late March 1973, at the age of 20, he formed the acoustic rock band Zajedno with 3 female vocalists. Initially, the band's efforts were primarily focused on recording jingles for radio shows. Zajedno's debut release was a 7-inch single featuring the tracks Vision and My Woe, which came out in 1974 through PGP-RTB. He composed the music for the A-side track, while the B-side track incorporated lyrics from the eponymous poem by Alexa Santic. In January 1975, he established the acoustic rock band Sunkakret, Sunflower. The band gained popularity for their folk rock repertoire, which was notable for Dordevic's humorous lyrics. He remained the frontman and leader of Fish Soup from its formation until his death in 2024. He also made a guest appearance on numerous projects. With Mindasari he recorded the controversial songs Maria Benitez. Another one death. Benitez passed away on Tuesday at the age of 82 due to natural causes after a period of declining health, as reported by his friend Teresa Cardenas. She was born on 1942. She was an American dancer, choreographer, and director specializing in Spanish dance and flamenco. She is most renowned for her work with Teatro Flamenco, the company she co-founded and directed with her husband, Cecilio. She frequently performed in and choreographed for opera productions. Her initial opera experience involved performing and choreographing The Short Life for the Santa Fe Opera. Additionally, Benitez showcased her talents at various dance festivals, including the American Dance Festival and Jacob's Pillow. Maria Benitez was the director of the Institute for Spanish Arts, an organization she founded in 1970 with her husband, Cecilio Benitez. Julian Ortega. He was a Spanish actor. He was best known for Karate, 2020, Elite, Netflix, 2018, and Now and in the Hour, 2010. Ortega has been involved in numerous theatrical productions and has worked with various Spanish theater companies. His roles in theater often highlight his ability to tackle complex characters and deliver compelling performances. In film, he may not have achieved major mainstream success but has contributed to Spanish cinema through various roles. Ortega played a restaurant manager in the murder mystery-infused high school drama, which centers on wealthy students at a private school. His most recent appearances were in drama series such as The Countryside and For Estrellas. Ortega, son of Spanish actress Gloria Muñoz, was born in Madrid in 1983. He died August 25, due to cardiac arrest, at the age of 41. James Darren. Another American actor death confirmed, died on September 2, 2024. Darren passed away from heart failure while sleeping at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, at the age of 88. Prior to his death, Darren had been dealing with complications related to his aortic valve. His medical team determined that his condition was too delicate to permit surgery for repair. He is an American television and film actor, television director, and singer. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, he gained recognition with both leading and supporting roles in various films, such as the youth and beach culture classic Gidget, 1959, and its sequels. He also featured in the Gene Krupa story, 1959, All the Young Men, 1960, The Guns of Navarone, 1961, and Diamond Head, 1962. As a teenage pop singer, he released popular singles, including Goodbye Cruel World in 1961. Later, he became more prominent on television, notably as Dr. Anthony Newman in the science fiction series The Time Tunnel, 1966. Selva Aliman. One more death is here. She died of a heart attack at the Zabala Clinic in the city of Buenos Aires, died on September 3, 2024, at the age of 80. She was born on April 30, 1944. She was an Argentine actress known for her work in theater, film, and television. In 1959, he appeared on the program History of Youth, directed by David Stivell, which aired on Channel 7. Her filmography includes notable roles in Pepper, Aconcagua, Selena's Cry, The Island, Murder in the Senate of the Nation, Count to 10, Dear Mom, Warriors and Captives, Four Faces for Victoria, and Somewhere in Nowhere, among others. In theater, he made a significant impact with his performances in several notable plays, including Love Letters by A.R. Gurney, The Price by Arthur Miller, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? By Edward Albee, in which he appeared twice in different roles. He also starred in Mothers and Sons by Terence McNally, Picnic by William Inge, The Trojan Women by Euripides, and Mrs. Nonsense and Bambuco by Maria Elena Walsh. His other noteworthy theater credits include Broken. She was married to actor Arturo Puig.